All right, it's time to get amped up and talk health and fitness.
Harvey James introduces us to a young, inspiring bodybuilder from Warner Robins.
I just want to be great. I want to be different. I want to inspire others.
Next goal, to make his pro debut in 2018 and ultimately to make the Olympia bodybuilding show, which is one of the biggest competitions internationally.
Everyone's been talking about you as the next big thing.
Come on. Good.
I want to be remembered as one of the best bodybuilders in this generation.
The most important thing I learned this year is believing in myself.
Come on.
I've never believed in myself.
Well, you believe now, right?
I believe.
I'm from Warner Robins, Georgia, and that's where my bodybuilding career started. I was a personal trainer full-time for about 4 years at a gym called Kinetics in Warner Robins. And had a lot of people came up to me saying that, you should bodybuild, you should try doing a show. And, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna wear a thong. I'm not gonna show myself that way because I didn't understand it, and I've always been told I could have been a bodybuilder. People used to make fun of me and crack jokes in high school, and I never got it. I never understood it until people was actually telling me that in the gym. And I was like, okay. So, I was maybe about like 9 weeks out, maybe 8 weeks out from the competition that was about to happen. I randomly jumped in it. I did a rush prep, did my own research. I was coaching myself and wound up winning my first show. And so 2016 was the start of my bodybuilding journey. I was already around bodybuilders as well. And so, seeing them in the gym and also them telling me that I should compete, that's what really drew me to the sport. I didn't grow up looking at the magazines or the YouTube or any of that stuff. I was focused on playing football and just trying to, hopefully I could pursue my career as a football player. I even tried the whole college walk-on and things didn't work out my way. So just seeing other bodybuilders in the gym, traveling to other hardcore gyms, and being around those guys, that's kind of what got me to where I'm at today, I would say it was 2019 where I placed 4th at the Arnold Classic. That's when I knew I was like, I can do this, like full throttle and take it all the way. I quit my job in 2018 to be a full-time bodybuilder when I had my first contract deal with Blackstone Labs. But 2019, when I got 4th, that's when I realized that's what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to go all the way in and try to reach my full potential. And that's when I actually taste my first win, 2019 in New York Pro.
This is my 3rd pro show. Still in my first year of competing as an IFBB pro, so it's surreal, man, to be able to win my first pro show, that's New York, and go to the Olympia this year, man.
And that's when I really knew, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I know I can be a Mr. Olympia one day, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes the right way to make it happen.
What were some of the biggest obstacles you faced early on?
Oh, man. I would say sitting out the 2020 Olympia, that was a huge thing at the time.
I will not be attending the Mr. Olympia this year due to, mental stress, physical stress. I'm dealing with a few battles right now.
Obviously, I just got 4th at the Olympia. I moved up to the 212 division, won my pro debut within the next 13 months. So sitting out the Olympia with all the hype under my name, people was thinking I could have won the 212 Olympia that year or placed very high next to, Derek Lunsford and Sean Clarita. I had a lot of backlash, so that was the hardest, moment of my career, I can say. But with the help of God and the right people in my corner at the time, my mentor, Flex Willer, everybody helped me got through that situation. And honestly, I don't regret it. That was one of those moments where it really taught me about the sport, about how fans can be on your side on one day, and then the next day they can not like you and honestly shit on you, make you feel really bad. But I learned to overcome that, and that's just part of the game. That's bodybuilding. And once you able to tune out the noise and really focus on the work and have the right people behind you, the sky's the limit. But yeah, that thing people definitely counted me out, especially sitting out the O, placing 14th at the O. That's not what you know, drove me to be where I'm at today. I think what drove me to be where I'm at today is I just needed to believe in myself and get my shit together. When you tired of your own shit, eventually you'll get it. You'll get to where you want to be, and that's pretty much what it was, you know. But definitely people counted me out. But now the same people that counted me out are the people are in my, they want to be in my corner now. It's funny how things work in bodybuilding, but you know, I just laugh and smile and keep my head down and keep working. And the people that was with me when I was getting counted out, these are the same people that's with me now, and that's the only people that I focus on. Everything else to me is noise. You know, one thing about this sport or anything you want to do in life, if someone don't understand it or just not trying to support it, you have to cut them off. And that's what I learned, you know, of my 9.5 years of bodybuilding. So, you know, sacrifices was having to quit, you know, my jobs to be full-time bodybuilder so I can actually focus on this goal of mine. Cut out the people that didn't support me nor wanting to understand the sport. And I say that's honestly the two major sacrifices. And anyone that's watching this video, you're gonna go through this too when you're really trying to achieve something. And don't feel bad about it. And it's okay that you have to make changes in your life to be where you need to be. I write my goals down, and we like to always plan before we go into the prep. So my fiance Amanda, she usually, you know, she'll have my split ready for the prep already for this year. This is what we're going to target on going into the 2025 season. So we always plan ahead, and that's the most important thing. When you're prepared, you can't fail, and that's how I feel about this prep, and that's how I feel about most of my other preps in the past. So, like I said, nothing much really changes. Only thing changes is just flipping that switch into like, okay, now it's time to get shredded, and I have a certain amount of time to do this. I love bodybuilding, I love the grind. I love feeling tired knowing that I went to the gym every day to bust my ass. I love dieting. I just love the whole process, and I just love having a routine. And you know, growing up, being an athlete, I love a routine. But I love this shit, you know. I fell in love with bodybuilding because of training, not just because I wanted to get on stage, not for likes or clicks, not just to have people pat on my shoulder or stroke my ego. It's because I love training and seeing my physique changing. Why not show that hard work off? And to this day, I still feel the same way. I bodybuild because I love training and I love this shit. And when I'm done bodybuilding, I'm still going to train and I'm still going to live the lifestyle. Only difference is I'm just not going to be on the stage. But you gotta love it.
How has your faith played into your growth and discipline?
How my faith grows? Well, I mean, you have to have faith, and the most important, you gotta believe in yourself. And that's something that I struggled in my career. As you guys know, if you follow me, I struggled, kind of believed in myself, and I think it kind of shown in my performance on stage, and you know, my demeanor and my physique overall. But you know, honestly, with the right people in my corner and meeting my fiance Amanda in 22. It changed the game. Everything changed the game. And the belief in myself is like no other. I'm very confident. I wear it proudly. I smile, keep my chest up, head high. And you know, at this point in my career, no one can stop my confidence and no one can tell me anything because I believe in myself. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So believe in yourself, you guys, and make sure you have faith. Because without those two things, it's gonna be very hard to get through life. Every year is better. Every year is better, and the whole goal is each year you approach, you want to be better than the year before. So stay very lean, kept the cardio in. What I like to say is be a bodybuilder 24/7. Eat, sleep, and breathe it. You know, nothing changes for me. Competition in the off season. The diet's still the same. There's nothing secret that I'm doing. I'm just very consistent. What keeps me going is just what's, you know, the future ahead of me, you know. I have so many great things coming up. I'm getting married soon next year in 2026. And, you know, that is all the motivation I need to keep going because I have a wedding to pay off, okay? But also number two is building a legacy, you know. I want to be remembered as not only the best physique, but I want to be remembered as this special bodybuilder that inspired everybody. to give them advice, and I want to be able to help you guys through tough times. Or, you know, if you follow me, I've been through depression. I know how it feels. So I want to be able to help you guys, and I want you guys to look back at videos from so many years ago to, you know, to uplift you. So, you know, that's what keeps me going, knowing that I'm in the process of building this legacy. I get to marry my beautiful future wife, Amanda, and, you know, the sky's the limit. I have so many good things coming up, and that's all the motivation I need. You want to be remembered. You know, Ronnie Coleman is the best example of a legacy. Not only we see Ronnie as an 8-time Mr. O, we see him as someone that's well-rounded, that's motivating, that's a sweet person, someone that cares about not only the sport, but he cares about, you know, just pushing us overall in the gym and just life. And that's something I want to build. That's a legacy I want to be remembered as not only Keone Prodigy, but Keone Pearson, the human, and someone that you guys can look back at years from now on YouTube or whatever social media platform we have. You guys can look at me and be like, damn, you know, he was very helpful. He helped me in this very dark moment. He helped push me to eat my meals. He helped, you know, push me through my cardio and things, and, you know, things like that in that nature. And that's the legacy I want to build. That's what I want to be remembered as that guy. And I will be that guy, and I will be him. And I can't wait to keep growing this legacy, not only for myself, but with Raw. And we're gonna do the damn thing. But last but not least, I just want to say the legacy starts now 3 times.